Hey there, Libra, it's Jen here. I decided we'll see if this is a one-off or if I stay on this theme, but I decided to make these okay, these are coming out. This yours just all flew out. Whoa. This mid-month reading, specific to love and career, and I'll put timestamps below. Just feel like doing it. I'm also going to keep it as a timeless reading, so that you could come back to these, or whenever you find them, that they will, if they resonate, that's great. I will say something specific to the time period right now. So if you're watching this around the time I release it, is that Venus is going into Scorpio, and Venus is your ruler, and Scorpio is passion, sex, deep feelings. It's intense, and that doesn't mean in a negative way. It may be a little, there could be some just unbelievable attraction happening, and you are seeing these because I love to watch other readers' readings as well. And you can just feel and see this energy coming. It's kind of crazy. All right, so I will start with career. So for Libra, what's going on? Judgment, making a big decision, a declaration, an aha moment, where some how do I want to say it? What's the right word? You've been operating with a certain understanding. I know there's a word for it, and it's just escaping me right now. But you've been operating under certain assumptions, maybe, or a certain plan, or a way of thinking, or a perspective. And I feel that that is about work, career, something in your work, some project or thing you're trying to tackle. But it could be more spiritual or global. It's interesting I said global, but I meant instead of being a specific task or something that's happening with you at work right now, it could be just the way you look at work, your whole perspective on work in general, may be changing. So I apologize. I have I always wear this ratty sweatshirt. My nails are not pretty like a lot of readers. I wish I cared, but I don't. And I just woke up and I put on the comfy clothes. So there you go. Okay, career. Seven of Wands says you don't need to explain yourself to people. So something about this change, and I mean get defensive or over explain, like it's a bad idea or you haven't thought it through. You don't minimize it in any way. Your decision is your decision. And you've done a lot of soul searching. So maybe during Virgo time, which is kind of now in the end of August into September, where you've really been, I like the books, and there's a map. Is that a map? Can't see. Yes. So really, there is a tree with money on it. I never really noticed that. It looks like in the background with pentacles on it. You have strong leadership qualities here. With this King of Wands, you're enthusiastic about something, and I'm not sure what it is, because you've had a wake-up call, and you're stating your facts to someone, whether that's how you're going to handle something, or that you're going, I feel like she's going on a, I mean, she's defending herself, but not, she's in a strong position. And again, she's not defensive. She's not over explaining. But I feel like she's like, I said what I had to say, and, just stay there, and she's going to turn around and go into the distance, go off on her path. Um, you want alone time. You want the hermit, you want meaning. You want more meaning. You want, so the hermit turns inward. So maybe something about your career had always been outward recognition, success of your career. And it doesn't mean it didn't serve a purpose, but now you want it to mean something to you more. It's like, I feel like you have a creative need. The King of Wands is very entrepreneurial. This is someone, they're a self starter. They're someone who can stay motivated. And so, say someone like who wants to write a book. I mean, that is something that you have to uh, be inspired and have a good idea. But then you also have to be able to maintain that level of commitment and enthusiasm to complete a whole book. And I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never written a book, but I'm assuming, to write the book, and then you have to edit the book and review it over and over again. And then an editor looks at the book, and you have to address all of those questions. And that must be an iterative process. Uh, and then, and on and on and on. That takes a lot of stamina and determination. The Seven of Pentacles here shows that you've been patient, you've saved money. Maybe some of you are going to take early retirement, and because you have enough, you can't afford not to work at all, but you've worked hard enough and you saved hard enough, and you're in a position where you could um, take a job that you love, that maybe doesn't pay as much, or that you have the time to develop it, your own project, write that book, whatever it is. I could even see you downsizing, like with the hermit, getting, I almost see like a hermit, like a modest house in the country or secluded, downsizing, simplifying. Books are coming up heavily for you, Libra, which is not surprising, really. Meaning. It must have meaning. So I'm going to pull a few more cards from this other deck. Whoops, because that's what I've been doing. The Tower. The Tower right under the Seven of Wands. Some people are going to feel like you're blowing up your life. Like you're not going to be a lawyer anymore. Okay, that one wants to come out too. What? What are you talking about? You're so you're successful, or it's a stable job, or you've been doing that for so long. That's how I perceive that is part of your identity to me. Most people's reactions are more about them, but that's okay. I'm not seeing the Tower in a bad light. I'm seeing because you've had this wake up call, and you're like, no, I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I don't need anyone's advice or input, like in a negative way. Those are the naysayers you're staring down, like, fuck you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I just feel like. It's just like Fuck you if you don't like it. Fuck all y'alls. All right. The Four of Swords. Something about this change is going to bring peace, a lessening of stress, meditation, space. Like, again, I just see you as that hermit in that cave, just like being able to release all the stress and tension and just relax. And your mind is, it's like your mind is quiet for once, I'm hearing. The Wheel. Fortunate. This is a fortunate. This, as the Judgment card often usually is, a very fortunate wake up call and turn of events. To me, she's working from home. So it could be something internet based. I don't know. Writing is still coming up really strongly. Three of Cups, maybe some networking. Maybe there's something about this that you may do with someone else. You may have more time for leisure activities, to go out, to hang out. It's like catching up with people too. The Three of Cups is also a strong networking card. So, if there are drinks after work, or something that your friends invited you to, but you could easily pass, usually I always say, if it's safe, obviously, I would take that opportunity, because even if you don't meet someone that offers you a job right then and there, which would be surprising, you may meet someone that had brought a friend that said, oh, such and such is hiring, or my friend is into that too, or, who knows. There's something about it with the seeds that will be significant for your career in the future. Eight of Swords, and I was going to put this over here. Yes, the realization may be denial, that you feel trapped. The Eight of Swords is something feeling bound to something, feeling trapped, feeling like there's no possible way we could break free. But the lesson of the Eight of Swords is that's all in your mind. You can break free, and the breaking free is the Tower. And so you're not making it up. Someone or a group of people may react badly to your decision, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, or it's the wrong decision for you. Only you know your own mind. But it's like you had been denial about it. This was the path, and it was like whatever you resigned yourself to. I gotta tell you, Libra, you know what you really want to do. It's just giving yourself permission to do it. Sounds easy. It sure as hell isn't. So I'm not, yeah. Let's move on to love. So we'll put it at 14 for Libra. So Libra, I'm just going to say for you guys, again, with this Venus moving into Scorpio, I mean, if you're with someone, it may be very strong urge to cheat. There may be a very strong attraction. There may be a Scorpio. But I think it's more just the passion. There's just going to be such a strong connection with someone that either it's been there and it just gets tipped over the edge with this energy, or it's new and strong and fast. And look at this. I love that Two of Wands. Two of Swords, huh? Okay, so if you've been dating, let's start at the beginning. So this World card over here is at the bottom of this deck something about your relation, if you're in a current relationship. Well, regardless of where you are, although these will be more heavily singles and dating focused than happily settled married people. So it could be right if you're anyway. The World card comes up when we look back on our lives and we see things in phases and time periods, and we group them and organize. So the time I lived here, the time I was working here, the time I was with that person, the time I was hanging out with those friends, all sorts of different ways we can categorize things, and they can kind of also mesh, like part of one aspect of what was going on living in this one place. Well, maybe you moved, but what connected both of those time periods is you were still working at the same job with these same people or dating the same, whatever. So something that you will look back on your life as a specific change in relationship, like the ending of one phase. So the ending of being single, the ending of being in a relationship or married, the ending of bachelor. I mean, you could have a kid and that, okay, the ending of being a couple, now it's being a family, something like that. So there is a significant culmination or change that's not good or bad. It just is. The Five of Wands is competition, jealousy. There is a hint here of infidelity, but it also could just be. What's interesting? Sorry, I got distracted. It's interesting that there's a cup. This is the Five of Wands, but there's a sword and a cup. Fire. And then a mirror for Pentacles. I guess they have, this could be, I don't know why I'm not seeing a pentacle. I just never noticed that before. So it's almost like the magician's table. Manifesting, there could be a relationship and you're like, I wish I could have a relationship like that person. Or I wish I could be in a relationship with that person. But you have everything. It's kind of like you're focusing on the wrong thing. It's like you need to focus on yourself and what is right for you, because as the magician, you have all the elements there on your table to create the life you want. I almost see it as, and what life do you want as a choice here? Right? Do you want this? I love this card. When you're just totally into someone and you're leaning close and you're enjoying being with them, versus, to me, this is the Two of Swords is a choice. Okay, that must be why I'm thinking this. The Two of Swords, her posture in this card is like, yeah, I don't know if I'm really into you. Excuse me, I don't know if I'm really into this. Yeah, it's like you're not into it. Don't get hung up on gender here, but it's like you're not. This is weird. It's just the general feeling of, what do you really want? This to me is a very internal decision. So if you're out dating, I don't know, it's maybe worrying about what other people think. what other people will think, what it will look like to other people. Um, and I feel like that is something that may be coming to an end, and that you're going to live for you and what you know in your own heart to be true, because only you truly know what's going on inside. And if other people don't understand, they can go fuck themselves. Classy. Ten of Wands. There's a burden you want to let go of in a relationship. Excuse me. Something is a burden that you're ending. And this could be, I mean, to me, it feels like a relationship, like you're carrying, for some reason in the relationship, for some of you, if you're in one, you could feel like you just carry the whole relationship. You just feel burdened by it. And the Ten of Wands, with that, the World card, is that is coming to an end. You will no longer. So whether it's something more simple, like I am not fucking doing all the cleaning and the dishes and the laundry, and like I don't feel like it's equitable, we need to talk about this. You'd probably say it nicer. I'm a Sagittarian. Don't listen to me about stuff like that. No tact. But for some of you, it's like, no, this person is so needy and codependent or toxic, or I'm just done. Like, there's the give and take isn't there. This isn't the type of equitable, um, I don't know. It's just not working. What else we have? Eight of Cups. Yeah, fuck. Walking away. Walking away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. And it's tipped. It's not even just the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Cups. I'd walk the fuck away from that too. It's not just it's not just not fulfilling you, it's draining you. It is draining you. I think this is a really pretty card. What else do we have here? The Fool. Yeah, you want to be free. No baggage. So you go from the Ten of Wands, which is baggage, to the Fool. And the Fool is known for just having that little stick with the little handkerchief with a couple supplies, and he's just heading off with his dog or their dog. It means they're not burdened, and it could be a lack of experience, but there is debate in the tarot world about, is the Fool the beginning? And I think that's the most understood common, where they think the Fool lives in the major arcana. But to me, it's the end. It is a circular thing anyway, but because the Fool realizes if they wait to learn all the lessons of the major arcana and make sure they're in balance and all, vulnerable and wow, waiting for that perfect time, then it's never going to be the perfect time. There's never going, okay, I feel the message coming out. There's never going to be a perfect time. And you're just drowning in that Ten of Wands energy, and walking away. I mean, it will transform you. Now, this is not going to apply for anyone that's in a very happy relationship, or if you're just dating. Well, it could be. I mean, sorry. You do have this choice up here, but I'm getting another storyline down here in the Emperor. Yeah. I love the Emperor being here, because the Emperor says, the Emperor rules over, we'll pretend he's a good emperor, they're a good ruler. They have to make decisions that won't necessarily, not everyone he rules will agree with. But he is going to accept that responsibility. He accepts the responsibility of those decisions because, he's the ruler and he has to live with the consequences. So for you, it's saying you ultimately have to deal with the consequences of your decision. And if you're always making them to appease or to please someone else, and it isn't what you really want. And then, like, there could be a lot of resentment that builds up. Um, it's also, in a way, lets you off the hook of responsibility. Like, hey, you were the one that wanted to do that. You were the one that said I should do that. That's kind of bullshit. Um, but people pleasing and worrying about what other people think and trying to keep the peace, which is very Libra. You guys are so um, just respectful and are really able to see the other side of things. But you need to be the emperor in your own life and make the decisions that you ultimately know are best for you, because the way it's been happening so far with this 10 of wands, it's sucking the life out of you. You're completely overburdened and drained. So the 8 of cups shows you walking away, being free and standing in your power and understanding, like, I don't care. It's not that you don't care, but it's like, if someone disagrees with me, okay, but this is my life and I'm the one that has to live with the consequences. So they're just gonna, I mean, it's kind of not their business, right? So that's what I have for you guys, Libra. Thank you for joining. If you'd like to like, share, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Yeah, and if you like this format, definitely either comment or share, so I know that you like this content. Bye, Libra.